Political pressure is building on Nawaz Sharif to accept Narendra Modi's goodwill gesture and be present in New Delhi on Monday evening. Pakistan news reports suggest that the Pak Prime Minister will attend Narendra Modi's swearing-in ceremony. We're standing by for a confirmation officially from the Pak Foreign Office in a short while from now. That briefing is expected sometime around 6 p.m. India time.
That's exactly how we have explained the whole thing. After a due democratic process, Sri Narendra Modi has been elected as a Prime Minister, and it is his swearing-in which is going to happen on the 26th, which is Monday evening. And for that, in order to participate in a democratic process and a value system which is common and shared between the neighbors all over the SAARC region, it was good and a very considered gesture for Sri Narendra Modi to invite all the SAARC countries. So it is to that extent and in that context that we have to view this invitation. There's nothing more or nothing less to it.
Swearing-ins have tended to be fairly low-key affairs. Mr. Modi has got a departure from the usual, and frankly, why not? It's his privilege. The only worry we have is, it's one thing to have a sort of ceremonial event where all these nations' leaders gather and there is a photo op and a party. I don't think that we can object to that. We would have trouble if this slipped into substantive negotiations for which we believe Mr. Modi and the BJP must be ill-prepared or under-prepared at a time when the BJP and the UPA had good reasons not to enter into substantive agreements with the Pakistani civilian government that seems unable to control or rein in the terrorist elements operating from within their own country.
Shashi Tharoor has spoken out, and he has said that as long as it is a photo op and it is just a ceremonial visit, it is okay. But if there are substantial talks, that cannot happen given the sullied environment in the recent past. How do you react to such a comment coming from Shashi Tharoor?
In democracy, all parties may have their comments, but the initiatives taken are important. Let us see how they fructify.
National Affairs Editor Shinjoy Chaudhary joining us with more on this story. Shinjoy, Pakistan not left with much choice. Why the dilly-dally? Why the delay in the confirmation?
Well, it's getting later and later. 7 countries have already replied, and they replied virtually immediately after they were invited. But Pakistan, well, they have not replied. They have not said anything either way, officially at least. We know that there are different processes in Pakistan. According to sources here, well, the army may have to look at it. The parts of the establishment may have to look at it. And a lot of other decisions have to be taken, whether the Hurriyat has to be met and so on. But even then, one would have expected the decision by today, and perhaps we will know later in the day what the final official decision is.
But is there pressure, Shinjoy, on Pakistan to nod and answer in the affirmative? And who is the biggest roadblock as far as the Pakistan establishment? And will it reflect on Nawaz Sharif if he declines?
The important thing is that a clearance from the army may be necessary. Now, the interesting point here is if Sharif does not come, it is clear that, it would be a defeat as far as the propaganda war is concerned. Because India can put it out as simply this, that look, we invited the Pakistan government and they didn't turn up. We invited the Pakistan Prime Minister and he hasn't come. Now, that is one propaganda defeat. But what if he comes? I mean, there would be people there who are weighing the pros and cons of coming. What would be the negative aspects from the Pakistani point of view is probably being looked at of coming, and only then I suppose a decision will be taken. Also, there would be an effort to delay it a bit. It is to make it look, just when the Indians invited us and we immediately said yes. No, from the Pakistani point of view, they would probably look at it more carefully and say that we took a considered decision either way.
Thanks for that, Shinjoy.